Hello student, it's a part 2 of chapter 4 heat and flow and temperature. Let's start. Students, in part 1 we have discussed that heat is a form of energy. It is the energy transferred between two bodies when there is a difference in their temperature. Now we will discuss the flow of heat. What is the flow of heat? The flow of heat from a body at higher temperature to another body or to another part of the same body at a lower temperature. It causes transfer of heat or flow of heat. You can see there are three processes in which the heat is transferred: conduction, convection and radiation. You can see the chart also that conduction is happening in solid, gas, liquid, convection in only two, liquid and gas, radiation it required no medium. These processes we will discuss in next slides. Process of transfer heat is conduction. What is conduction? The conduction is the flow of heat from a body at higher temperature to another body at a lower temperature is called transfer of heat. I give you one example. Suppose I want to pass one notebook to the girl. Suppose one line of 7 girls and I want to pass this book to the 7th number. So how I can hand over this notebook to the first girl and ask her to pass it on to the next girl. The next girl pass it on to the next and so on. So in this way the girl can receive, which is on 7th number, receive her notebook without actual moving from his place. So in this definition the heat is transfer also hot region. Hot region means first student to cold region means 7th student without any movement of the material, without moving any student from his place. Second example, you can see that a person holding a rod and it keep over the candle. What happen if you heat this rod, you find that its other ends become hot after some time. So heat is transferred from the hot end of the rod to its cold end by conduction. Of transfer heat is convection. What is convection? The process of transfer of heat in liquid or a gas by the actual movement of the particles of the liquid or gas is called convection. In convection is only in liquid and gas, not in solid. Why? Because heat is transferred by convection in liquid and gas because their molecules are quite free to move, but solid molecules are closely packed, so movement is not possible, so convection does not take place in solid. Now I give you another example. Suppose the same example of 7 girls. I want to ask to line up and I call one girl after the other to come receive her notebook and go back. So this process of transfer of heat by the movement of the particles. Now the girls receive her book by the movement. So this is the convection. Another example, you can see that electric kettle. As I told you that the warm air is lighter and it rises up, and the cold air is heavier, it sinks down. Why? Because of convection. The heating element is placed at the bottom of this kettle. When the hot water at the bottom, which is less thin, will rise up and its place become empty. Who will take that place? Cooler water at the top, which is denser, will sit down to the bottom. So this process happened by convection. Some more example: ventilators. Rooms are provided with ventilator and exhaust fan near the top of the. When we breathe, the air which is come out from our mouth is warm and it is lighter, so the lighter than the air which is around us, so it moves up in the room and escape through the ventilator or exhaust fan. The fresh air enter the room through the window and door. It is the cooler and it take the place of the warm air, so a convection current is set up. Example of convection refrigerator, you have seen mostly that freezer is always placed at the top of the refrigerator because the cold air at the top is heavier, so it sink to the bottom, and the warm air at the bottom will rise to the top. So this is happen because of convection current. Convection current in coastal area. Coastal area means the area near river side. In coastal area, the breeze generally blows from the sea to the land and from the land to the sea. The sea and the land breeze are actually the convection current. Why? First, we will discuss the sea breeze. What is sea breeze? When the cool air from the sea blowing towards the land is called sea breeze, and it happened during daytime. What happened? During daytime, land absorbs heat faster than the sea, and thus the air above the land surface being heated. When it being heated, it rises up. The cooler air above the sea surface blow toward the land and take its place. In what happened in land breeze? The cool air from the land moves toward the sea. Why? Because the land loses its heat faster than the sea at night, and the land cools more quickly than the sea water. Thus, the air above the sea being warmer rise up, and the cooler air from the above the land surface blow toward the sea to take its place.